What it do, family? High value basketball. We are back once again. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. So, we are following up with the Dream Team versus Redeem Team. This is an interesting debate. On Undisputed, Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless, they went and covered the topic. And Shannon Sharpe fervently went in on supporting the Redeem Team as a team to beat the Dream Team. And to be very honest, given the reasonings and the true roster breakdown, if we're doing a 1-for-1 for each team, I actually agree with Shannon. And here's why. If you go back to Undisputed and listen to his opinion or his perspective, he wasn't necessarily just saying that the players on the Redeem Team, as far as career-wise, legacy-wise, Hall of Fame status-wise, all of those players are better than the Dream Team players. He was saying, though, that if we keep it line for line for when the Redeem Team was put together and the age of all of those players on the Redeem Team versus the age of all of the players, the age of the players on the Dream Team versus the age of the players on the Redeem Team, he's actually spot on. Because if we go back and look at the roster of the Redeem Team, of the Dream Team, of course, if we know the legacy that they just annihilated everybody, in all of basketball, these 60-point victories and all of this craziness. So, of course, it makes it seem like they are just an impenetrable team, because the Redeem Team, of course, they didn't just thoroughly wash everybody. They did have to kind of compete a little bit, put forth, some major effort. But we also have to remember that these two teams are assembled, darn near 20 years apart. And as we also have learned, all of the foreigner countries, they went from basketball infancy, which is when the Redeem Team, which is when the Dream Team was assembled and, dismantled everybody, versus when the Redeem Team, they were playing seasoned countries who have, fully started to ingratiate themselves to the game of basketball. And, they have a basketball infrastructure, and they are actually producing, somewhat NBA level talent. So, of course, the Redeem Team, like I say, doesn't get as much, historic fervor in their case, because they weren't demolishing everybody, but there is context to it, and that's why. But if we put these two teams head to head, I got to agree with Shannon, because, again, the Dream Team were clearly, the most amazing players, from one of the most amazing eras, if not the most amazing era, depending on who you ask. But darn near everybody on the Dream Team was, right at 30 or above 30. And all of them were either basically right one step outside of their prime or just about to leave their prime. Everybody on that team was, especially Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Both of those players were literally just on there for formality's sake, for historicity's sake, and for, yes, again, based on the competition they were going up against. Even though they were only 75, maybe 50% of themselves, that was going to be good enough to wash anybody back then. So knowing that these players essentially are old, if not just say older, basically they are older. This Redeem Team, these dudes were all like right there, either in their prime or about to step into their prime. And that makes a huge difference, because if we're talking about just getting up and down that court, yes, the Redeem Team, as far as the quality of players and historicity of them, they're either on par or better. But considering that the dudes that they're going up against are essentially 6-7 years younger than them, I can't give them the nod, because they might just get blown off the court just due to the insurmountable amounts of athleticism. And here, let me break it down, because let's go position by position, matching at least closely as I can, matching up the depth chart for the teams. Boom. Of course, we'll go right to Kobe and Jordan. That's going to be a wash. Again, we already know Kobe is Jordan light, but again, at this phase of their career, Kobe was at the absolute height of his powers. And so, of course, Jordan was too. So, I mean, there ain't too much you could really do there. I might give Jordan a little bit of a nod, of course, because, I mean, that's the GOAT. But it's just far as, again, that athleticism and that age factor. Kobe was younger, and Kobe could maybe best Jordan. At minimum, he could match him, because, I mean, we saw what he did in the NBA against him. Like, he put a 55 up on him one time, did he not? So Kobe basically was in a similar kind of stage of his career where he could go ham on Jordan and then Jordan wouldn't be able to do anything about it. But I'm going to just call that a wash. Then you got Jason Kidd and John Stockton. I'm going Jason Kidd all day. John Stockton is a legend, Hall of Famer, definitely. But so is Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is faster, and Jason Kidd is a much better ball handler. He could actually dribble with both hands. There's that. A lot of people don't talk about it, but John Stockton was the most legendary one-handed point guard ever, basically. That's why he's like a Hall of Famer. Dude can really only go to his right. He had no left hand. Like, once you saw him go to his left, you already knew what was finna happen. He's finna pass the ball because he ain't have no moves going to the left. Jason Kidd was way more evolved as a point guard, and that's just up and down about it. He was way more evolved skill-wise, and he was a better athlete. He's going to watch Stockton. Then we've got Chris Mullins and Melo. I mean, come on, yo. It's Melo. Like, Mullins is, of course, he's a legend, out there with the Warriors. He just threw on the throwback for this coming season. If you've seen the, the marketing for the Warriors. But Melo, especially Olympic Melo, y'all know, man, real NBA fans know Olympic Melo and Hoodie Melo, that's the stuff for legends. Like, the dude was shooting like 65% from 3-point or something like that. It was insane watching him be out there. It was utterly insane. So giving that to Melo. Then, of course, we got Magic. And then we got Deron Williams. I'm giving that to Magic. I don't even care. Yes, Magic was not his full self then, but Magic still had dexterity. Magic still had that passing skill. Magic still had that ability to misdirect and stuff like that. And he was, the ultimate floor general. So I'm giving that to Magic. But then we got Christian Laettner and CP3. Come on. Again, if y'all know the drill, Christian Laettner was just there as a formality. He basically kind of stole a roster spot from Isaiah Thomas, and he barely even played. Comparison to CP3, the point guard. So that's all I need to say there, CP3. Then we got Larry Bird and Michael Redd. Y'all gonna be mad at me for this one, but I'm gonna pick Michael Redd. Clearly, Michael Redd cannot hold a candle to Larry Bird. But again, at the stage of their career, Larry Bird was again brought on that team for just formality and recognition's sake. His career was already done. His back was already destroyed. Like, the dude couldn't really do too much. Michael Redd is literally at the height of his career in his 3-point prime. So I'm just giving that to Redd because he's going to be able to run circles around Bird because Bird can't keep up with him because of his back. Then we got Tim Robinson and Carlos Boozer. Come on now, Robinson washing Boozer. I mean, he finna wash Buddy all day. Like, for real. That's not even nothing to compare. Then we got Clyde Drexler and D Wade. Gotta go with D Wade, Joe. Come on, D Wade is the third best shooting guard in the history of the NBA, hands down. He's just as much of an athlete as Clyde Drexler was, if not more. He had a better defensive presence, and he could execute, to win championships. Drexler, he won one, but he didn't win one like as the guy. Olajuwon was the guy. Wade won one as the guy in very dramatic fashion, and of course won as the second guy with LeBron, and really would have been Finals MVP against Dallas if LeBron didn't totally, utterly collapse. And yeah, whole other video on that. So that goes to Wade. Then we got Dwight Howard and Patrick Ewing. Again, y'all might be mad at me at this. Of course, Patrick Ewing, legacy-wise, is a higher-rated player, but at this current phase of their career, Dwight Howard, Joe, Dwight Howard was a freaking monster. The dude's ability to jump, his athleticism, his strength, his speed. Nah, man. Ewing can't keep up with that. Giving it to Dwight. Then we got Chris Bosh and Charles Barkley. Now, I'm giving that to Barkley. The round mound of rebound was at the height of his powers then, and he was the leading scorer on the team. Yeah, Bosh can't do enough with that. Like I say, Barkley, he'll throw that big body on him and move Bosh tall, lanky self on out the way. Then we got Tayshaun Prince and Karl Malone. I think y'all know where that one is. That's Karl Malone. That's not even a comparison. Tayshaun, of course, good dude. But, I mean, we can't put him over the mailman, even though we may not like him because of who he is as a person. And then last but not least, we have LeBron James versus Scottie Pippen. Y'all might be mad, y'all LeBron stands, but I'm calling this a wash. This is a wash. When we talk about the Redeem Team, this was in 2008. This is still a slightly young LeBron when LeBron still had not overcome those pressure demons where it just seems like in pressurized moments he just can't necessarily get it done. He was doing that on the squad, on the USA squad with all those players. He was still kind of fumbling the bag in the crunch moments, and they had to give the ball to Kobe so Kobe could close the deal because LeBron was literally going straight lemon booty out there. He really was. Go watch the tape. That's just really what it was. So all of his demons, he hadn't overcome them yet. Of course, he was the most amazing athlete, but he was not a closer by any means, by any right. Just like for real. He always would get a little too nervous in these tight situations. And considering the type of caliber of game this is, you know, like all-time great team versus all-time great team at this phase of his career, he would have wilted. Especially playing against the defense of Scottie Pippen. I mean, a lot of people know, but some of y'all don't know. Scottie Pippen definitely is one of the most greatest defenders in the whole history of the NBA. Like y'all love Kawhi. Just imagine Kawhi, but Kawhi who wasn't getting injured all the gosh down all the time, who was always on the floor. And we saw what Kawhi did to LeBron, even when LeBron was at the height of his powers. We're talking about a young Kawhi. He's giving LeBron fits. So imagine a young LeBron with a seasoned Pippen. He's finna give him fits. So I'm giving that actually, I'm not even giving it to Pippen. I'm actually going to call it a wash. So point-wise, if we look at just those matchups, the Redeem team got 6 and the Dream team got 4. So just like that, based on athleticism, when they are both meeting at their ages, approximate ages when they both were on the USA teams, the Redeem team, they're going to take it because they just got younger vets who can execute at least a 90% level of the Dream Team's players. Now, if we take all of those players prime for prime, and like I said, everybody's in their prime age, everybody's in their prime situation. Oh, Dream Team all day, baby, all day. But given the fact that we're taking them for where they were when they played, it's the Redeem Team, y'all. High Value Basketball. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Y'all know the drill. Peace.